rebounders on the team. Excellent all-around skills. He was all league.
And when you watch Jefferson, you'll notice how quick they are to the ball and in moving their feet. They're an exceptionally quick team on the perimeter especially.
This is Mellinger driving to the basket. Oh, swatted by Tinnon. John Tinnon says, not right now, thank you.
Well, that's what he has the ability to do and do a lot more often. He's 6'8", but very long arms inside. And if he just moves his feet a little quicker, he could be more of an intimidator inside. Just right there. Excellent block. Didn't come down to create a foul.
Mellinger 5'8", Tinnon 6'8". That's about a foot, if my math is correct.
You must have went to college.
I did, and there's a three-pointer knocked in by Caleb Upchurch.
That's a good shot to take the big guy away from the basket, John Tinnon. Make him come out there in a territory where he's not used to doing it. You see a carry called on Brandon Brooks right there. The referee said he bought it, took his hand under the ball and brought it over.
Last night in the semifinals against Jesuit, the Democrats jumped out to an early lead and had their way with the team, although the Crusaders came back late. There was a huge crowd for this game as Tinnon scored that bucket, but more than 13,000 saw the evening session at the Coliseum, and this place only holds 10, 11,000. What they did is they closed the doors for a time, then sold tickets for the second game and allowed people to come in when the Jefferson and Jesuit fans left after the first game. Huge night in high school basketball here in the state of Oregon.
Oh, one of the greatest nights I've ever seen, and I've been around this state for 20 years. And now you see Tualatin right now doing what they're supposed to be doing, being patient, and then when they see a little gap with Jefferson's gambling defense, what they're doing is taking advantage of it and taking it to the basket, even though the big guy back there is patrolling the lane.
Paul Miller to the line, 73% shooter on the year, 5 of 6, 83% in the state tournament, and he gets the first one to go. Michael, throughout this tournament, we have seen, as a substitution coming in, Matt Hine had checked in momentarily just so Caleb Upchurch could be told something by Coach Rick Osborne. But throughout the tournament, teams playing Jefferson have been totally intimidated. Not just Jesuit so much in the semis, but the previous two games, teams looked scared to death to be playing this team that's ranked number 4 in the nation by USA Today. Tualatin says, we're not scared. It's 7-0.
Exactly. They've got nothing to lose, Tualatin, because everybody's expecting Tualatin to win this game. I said it again.
I know what
Jefferson,
you mean.
Exactly. I'll get it right. Jefferson to win this game. So Tualatin's coming out. They're playing loose, and it looks that way right now. Jefferson came out with a turnover, with an air ball. So surprisingly, they look like they're a team that's tight because everybody's expecting them to put on the show tonight.
Foul by Brodigan. Foul out of bounds underneath. Miles misses the shot. Upchurch keeps it alive for a moment, and it's Caleb Upchurch with the ball. And Tualatin battling with the big boys from Jefferson and looking good early. But Jefferson's man-to-man pressure is outstanding, and I think we'll see it pick up here as soon as the pressure, if you will, the start of the game pressure starts to wear off a bit.
They need to knock down a shot. Once you see Jefferson get a shot off basket, then they'll relax and they'll get into their normal game. But these guys are extremely fast, as you see, have to get back quickly on defense.
Missing right at the hoop was Jarrell, and now free throws coming up. But you can see, I'll tell you, Jefferson players, we talked to them right before the game a little bit, Michael, and they said, hey, they're ready. But quite honestly, they look a little nervous.
Yeah, they are a little nervous, surprisingly, because they're a team that's full of confidence. When you talk to these young men, they think they can come out here and beat some college Division I teams. You see him run the floor here, Antoine Jarrell, excellent size, about 6'7" and about 215 pounds. He's got an NBA body already, and he's not even out of high school yet.
Jarrell misses the first free throw. Still no points on the board. 2.5 minutes into this game. Substitution coming in. Brian Murphy checks in for Tualatin. Evan Godfrey will sit down.
Well, this isn't the kind of start that Coach Marshall Haskins and the Jefferson fans expected, and neither did we.
Jarrell all-tournament a year ago, second team. Hope should be first team this time around, or there's a chance. But I'll tell you what, been some outstanding players perform in this tournament. And that might be a tough field to crack for anybody.
Excellent players. They're going to have tough decisions to make with so many different good players to choose from.
And the coaches vote on that. So we'll find that out at the end of this evening. That's a traveling violation on Mellinger.
You were talking about Mellinger being an all-around athlete, huh? Football and baseball.
Yeah, in fact, he's being recruited to play football or baseball. And baseball's probably his best sport. Look at the speed of Brandon Brooks.
He's got that first step, man, and you just have to get off of him and just see if his jump shot is on at the start of the game, because he wants you to come on him so he can blow by you.
He once scored 60 points in a game. That was a couple of years ago when he actually was playing for Grant High School in a game against Lincoln. That ball stolen away by Tinnen. Here comes Michael Lee. Strong to the basket, up and in. Here come the Jefferson Democrats.
Michael Lee had a tough time shooting the ball last night. I think he was around 2 for 7, and he's one of the best pure shooters in the game, as you pointed out, Scott, at the start of the telecast. He can really stroke it from the outside.
7 of 12 from downtown in the state tournament's first 3 games. Brian Murphy, senior wing player, trying to get it inside. Mellinger has to cut. He's in trouble. Just barely got the ball away. Oh, nice back cut. And that's going to be a goaltend. Brodigan will get credited for the basket.
Tinnen got there just a step too slow. He's a good shot blocker, but sometimes his reaction's a little too slow. Here you can see the ball touching the glasses. Once the ball hits the glass, only in international rules can you hit it, but not in high school or college or NBA rules.
Mellinger and Brodigan sit down now as Godfrey and Matt Hine check into the game. Hine, a 6'5" post player, a senior. He'll be down there working on Tinnen. Kind of a big body. Tinnen pump fake. Beautiful move. Doesn't get it to go. Nice rebound inside by Brandon Brooks.
Yeah, he thought he got fouled, and it looked like he did get fouled, but the referee let that one go.
Inside to Hine. He lost the handle, and it'll be a traveling violation.
Brought on by the intimidation factor of Big John Tinnen coming over there to help out on defense. He saw Tinnen out of the corner of his eye and shuffled his feet a little bit.
And we have timeout on the floor. 9-5, Tualatin leading, just under 4 minutes left. But Michael Lee and the Democrats seem to have found some spark. Here they come.
March Madness is here. We throw down with
both academically as well as on the playing field. Now here are the Daily Farmers academic all-star teams for winter sports and activities. The impressive GPAs you see are the average for each squad. And take a look at those GPAs. Isn't that something else? My friends, these are your Dairy Farmers of Oregon academic all-star teams for the winter of 2000. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you, Sean. Bill Schonley, the longtime voice of the Portland Trail Blazers, with us here on Fox Sports. Scott Lynn along with Michael Thompson, and we're enjoying the game. Hopefully you are as well. Tualatin jumped off to that 7-0 lead. Right now, Jefferson making a little bit of a move back during the timeout. Marshall Haskins not very happy with his team.
Well, Tualatin now goes to a 2-3 zone, and that's a smart move to see if Jefferson can knock down some outside jumpers, because they don't have the quickness to stay with them one-on-one. So make them shoot over the top of the zone.
Brooks can. He finds Terrell inside.
Tough shot, too. Man, that's good defense. I didn't think he was going to be able to see the rim on that one, but good poise on his part, good foot movement, footwork inside, and then he was able to kiss it off the glass nice and smooth.
First basket. He has 3 points. Jefferson back within 2 now. The Democrats, number 1 in the state all season long, and deservedly so. Number 4 in the USA Today poll, nationally speaking.
Do they have a chance to move up? What do you think?
Yeah. There's 3 ahead of you have to lose.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But if they, I don't know, if they lose, if they win unimpressively, who knows?
You never know. Caleb Upchurch. Ball saved there. Nicely done by Brian Murphy.
With patience.
Very patient. Yeah.
All right, Tualatin. Jefferson's good defense, but Tualatin doesn't look too frazzled by this kind of Jefferson defense in there.
And carrying on Brian Murphy.
Last year, you know, they didn't call that play much. Guys used to carry the ball even more than that, but for this reason, from the NBA right on down to high school, referees really cracking down on that call now, where guys can't turn the ball over and carry it like they're carrying a tray of drinks or something.
Marshall Haskins, 5 years as a head coach, 3 years at Madison and Franklin combined, played at Warner Pacific. But I'll tell you, the 53-4 record the last 2 years at Jefferson, he's done a tremendous job, and you can hear him, of course, throughout the game as he's wearing a wireless microphone for us tonight, as is Rick Osborne, the coach of Tualatin. Offensive foul. Jefferson turnover. It's Tualatin ball, leading by 2.
I thought the defender flopped on that one. Terrell looked like he went straight up in the air, and the defender just sort of jumped backwards, and the referee fell for the call. Brandon Brooks coming in. Another Brandon Brooks.
This is Brandon Brooks with a Y. Brandon with a Y. so that we know the difference. So I guess, how do I say it? Brandon with an O, Brandon with a Y?
Just call him Y Brooks and O Brooks.
Well, I'll tell you how you can tell. This is Brandon Brooks up. He'll go to the free throw line. The difference here, with all due respect to Brandon, number 3, with his defense, Brandon with a Y, his game is defense. He comes into the game along with John Lee Jr., number 24. They both checked in to create defensive problems.
Yeah, he's very quick, has good anticipation. He gets away with a carry there, taking it to the hole strong and forcing the Tualatin player to foul him. Number 40, Matt Hine. But you're right, Brandon with a Y is very quick. His father is one of the coaches on the bench. Derek Brooks.
First free throw attempt of the tournament for Brandon Brooks. I'll tell you, he got a standing ovation for his defense in a game during the Oregon Holiday Invitational against Beaverton. All the people out at Lewis and Clark stood up because he caused the Beaverton Beavers all kinds of problems.
Yeah, he did a good job against Salim Stoudemire, too, of Lake Oswego a few games ago. Salim couldn't even get open to get the ball.
And he doesn't get it to go, but up on the rebound was John Lee Jr. He doesn't get it to go.
Of course, John Lee, number 24 for Jefferson, is one of 2 brothers playing on the Jefferson squad. Michael Lee is his younger brother, who will be back next year.
Here is Brooks. I cannot get over the fact that the guy scored 60 in a game. Yeah, that's a great number. In 32 minutes in a high school game, but he can shoot. And a whistle and a foul, and that'll be a second foul on Hine, I think, or is it on Miller?
I think it's on Hine, and that's going to hurt Tualatin because Hine's a big body in there that they're going to need against a Tinnen and Jarrell.
Second foul on Hine. Push, ball out of bounds under the basket. 1:53 left here in the first quarter, and it's still Tualatin by 2. If you're just tuning in, that score might surprise you.
Coach Osborne elects to leave Hine in the game, and if you're Jefferson, you go right at him now with Tinnen to see if you can pick up a 3rd foul.
Going right in there. Nice pass. Jarrell can hit the 3. They're going right into him. You're right, Michael. And Tinnen says, I know you can't stop me. Not now, not with your foul problem.
Yeah, Hine now just has to be relegated, just standing there with his hand straight up in the air and really can't play any kind of aggressive defense.
Godfrey, tremendous defensive pressure. Brodigan bails him out by coming out to half court.
We got ourselves a nice little game here, don't we, Mr. Lynn?
So far, so good. And if Tualatin can control the tempo, and they have a much better chance of staying in this thing.
So far, they've been doing a very good job and just playing at their own pace, not
Backcut. Mellinger playing like a big guy inside.
With that pump fake, and they're coming right back. Great pass.
And
great
a lay-in by John Tinnen.
Big guy showing he can run the floor, too.
4 points for Tinnen. Coach Marshall Haskins told me as John and Anton Jarrell go, so go the Jefferson Democrats. He goes, hey, the perimeter guys are going to get theirs, but we need those 2 big guys to do what they do, especially win the battle of the boards.
Are you kidding me? Every coach at every level will tell you we're only as good as our big guys will make us be.
Yeah, that's why they always say that about you, huh?
I don't want to brag, but this isn't about me. This is about the young fellas.
Absolutely. Jefferson?
I wish it was about me, but those days are over.
You'd like to be playing. So would I. Right. Being in the state tournament's what it's all about. You ask any high school basketball player, and this is where they would want to be, playing for the state title. Jarrell for 3. Yes, sir.
Well, he shows you his range.
He's got 6 points on the night. That's just his second 3-pointer of the tournament.
Now Tualatin mustn't panic. Just take your time.
Nice job by Miller to come and get it. Strong in the basket. Up and in. That's Chris Schneider, a senior. And a good feed by Paul Miller, another senior. Brooks misses badly. Brodigan ahead to Mellinger. It's a foot race. Brandon grabs him, and it's going to be an intentional foul. 2 free throws and the ball.
Yeah, it was. Good call by the official. Brandon Brooks, Brandon with a Y, had no chance to make a play on the ball and just pushed him. In that instance, you might as well just let him go. You know, instead of compounding it by giving him 2 free throws and possession. Great outlet pass. Recognition realizes man was over the top of the defense. And there's Mellinger. You know, he's used to this kind of contact. He's a football player. He probably didn't even feel that.
All-league football player. Good baseball player, as we mentioned. Good athlete. He'll go to the line for a couple. Mellinger in the tournament, 7 of 10 from the charity stripe. That's his 3rd point of the game. They say that he's the best athlete in the school. I mean, you can debate that because there are some fine athletes at Tualatin High School, a school of 1,530 students. But he is a guy who can really do a lot of things on the athletic field. So it's the end of the quarter. And Tualatin will have it when we come back. Right now, it's 15-14, the T-Wolves over the Democrats. The OSAA U.S. Bank 4A Boys Basketball Championship presented by United Rentals. Scott Lynn, Michael Thompson, and Bill Schonley bringing it to you, and a bit of a surprise if you're just joining us. First quarter down, Tualatin ranked third in the state of Oregon, leading top-rated Jefferson by 1 as we head to the second quarter.
Brandon Lincoln, number 44 for Jefferson, comes in. He had a huge spark in the semifinal, 11 points in the first half.
In one quarter, in a 4-minute stretch, he hit 3 straight threes and a basket, scored 11 straight points for Jefferson. Then didn't play again.
They didn't play again. Now, how can you not play him again? You're supposed to leave a guy like that out there all night until he cools off. You don't pull him out.
Well, here are the first quarter statistics coming your way. And you can see Jefferson shooting a little coolly, 40%, and Tualatin very, very much taking care of the basketball, shooting 71%.
Oh, that's because they're getting high percentage shots by taking the ball to the basket and using their backdoor cuts.
Tualatin with the turnover. 7th of the game, shot no good. Ball comes to Miles. He whips it inside, and it's still going to be Jefferson ball.
So that was a good pass. Tim should have caught that. He had 2 hands on the ball. He didn't come towards it. He's so much bigger and stronger than those other guys. He's got to corral that ball and go up strong with it.
Brooks defended by Mellinger. Great matchup here. Brooks got free, gives to Tenen. He gets a lot of attention, doesn't get it to go, and now it's going to be a foul coming in. Brandon Brooks, number 32, with the personal foul.
Good contesting of the shot, though, by Tualatin. Tenen going up there, holding the ball high over his head, and he turns around and finds 2 Tualatin defenders right in his face.
Second foul on Brandon Brooks. Antone Jarrell comes back in for number 32, heading to the bench. Tualatin with it, and Jeff in the full court pressure here.
Trying to see if they can shake up Tualatin a little bit just to test their ball handling abilities.
And it looks like it's bothering Tualatin a little bit.
They're doing a good job keeping the ball away from Mellinger.
The spacing was not good there. You had several Tualatin players side by side. You got to space that out a little bit. Rick Osborne talking to his players and probably didn't want a timeout right there. Would have almost rather taken the turnover, I think. But Rick Osborne has been at Tualatin since the school opened 8 years ago. His record 127 at 71. But he's had experience in this tournament. Back in 1982 as a sophomore, he helped this team win the state title, undefeated. Look at all that hair.
The big redhead up. Another redhead. He looks like Bill Walton in the Coliseum.
I can't believe it. But then, of course, he went to U of O, 85 to 88. He was a starter the first couple of years and threw the ball to Anthony Taylor quite a bit the last couple of years. But a nice career at Oregon. But now he's the coach. And you know what he said? He said that, quite honestly, since he didn't get to start his last couple of years at the U of O, it prepared him for coaching. He has a great understanding of the kids who don't get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, you got to sit there and watch a lot of games and probably went through some strategy in his own mind. And you're right. It seems those kind of players usually make the best kind of coaches because they become students of the game.
Upchurch with the miss. Got the rebound. Look at him battle. Rejected by John Tenen. His second for sure. May have more. Whee! Behind the back. Brandon. Offensive foul the call. And give Brandon credit. He's not saying anything here. Earlier in the tournament, he picked up a technical foul when he contested an offensive foul. He says nothing here.
Well, it was kind of a questionable call, but then you see Brandon was a little bit out of control on his drive, and the official said he caught him with the elbow on the way by, threw the elbow out, and knocked the guy over. We see it right here, coming down. Watch his right elbow. Oh, no.
That's not good.
That's not good. That's not a good call.
That's not a good call.
He was just bringing the ball around his back.
Yeah. But 15-14, Tualatin with it. Turnovers. Tualatin with 6. If the T-Wolves could have taken care of the ball a little better, they might have had an even bigger lead at the end of the first quarter. Upchurch, you're right. He pulled his game way outside. He has only shot and made 4 3-pointers all year. Made 4. He did make one earlier tonight, but this is a little bit unusual. Miller has 3-point range. He drives here, gets it to Upchurch, who's in the lane quite a while.
See how patient Tualatin's being. This also is going to test the patience of Jefferson on defense to stop them from trying to gamble and try to get a quick turnover to go the other way. So they have to be patient and just wait for the action to come to them.
In the overtime win in the semifinal last night, Tualatin only had 1 field goal attempt. They won it at the free throw line, 7 of 10 at the line. Lob pass, no. Tenen fouled after the rebound. He'll go shoot a couple.
It was a good play. The lob pass just was about 3 inches too tall for Jarrell, but was up there nice and high for him.
Brodigan picks up his second foul, and now Tinnen to the line. What a tournament he's had. First game against Dallas, 18 points, 10 boards. Second game against Lake Oswego, 16 points, 9 rebounds. And then a team-high 21 points, 13 boards in the semifinal win over Jesuit. Averaging in the tournament better than 18 points and almost 11 rebounds. The 11 rebounds, a tournament high.
He's got a real nice soft touch for a big guy. And with this kind of tournament, as you see number 52, Scott Smith checking in, bringing a little bit more beef to deal with Tinnen inside. Tinnen's attracting a lot of scouts. Probably want to see how good he could be and up to that next level.
6 points for Tinnen. Jeff on top, 16 to 15. Tualatin has 7 turnovers, and 5 of them have been unforced. Team foul situation. Tualatin with 6, meaning the next foul will send Jefferson to the free throw line. Evan Godfrey is about to check back in for Tualatin. Next dead ball. Great patience again by Tualatin.
Yeah, I mean, it's no shot clock, so you might as well take your time. Oh, wild shot.
Wild in that Paul Miller is a left-handed player, and that was his offhand, and he didn't look as comfortable with it.
Now let's see how patient Jefferson is on offense.
That's pretty patient.
Very patient. That's very quick. Yeah, that's quick but patient. He didn't rush his shot once he got inside. He just took his time, found Tinnen, doing a good job keeping himself active and available for the guys when they penetrate to drop it off to him.
John Tinnen and the Jefferson Democrats have come from behind and now lead at 18 to 15, 5:13 left, first half.
It's even better for the state, brings more exposure here for all the players. So this is a good thing that the whole state can get behind, except, of course, for Tualatin.
Right.
Tualatin, of course, is pulling for their team as they should.
Absolutely true. Marshall Haskins, who had a few things to say left over after the timeout. He works the sidelines. I've enjoyed watching him throughout the tournament. Tualatin still looking for their first basket here in the second quarter, and there's a nice steal by Lee. He'll go out of bounds, I think. Despite the great speed by Miles, he couldn't catch up to that. But Tualatin 0 for 4 here in the second quarter from the floor. Low-scoring game, certainly in the favor of the Tualatin Timberwolves, coached by that man, Rick Osborne.
Well, Tualatin has 5 unforced turnovers here, so they have to do a better job of taking care of the ball. They want to stop Jefferson from building any kind of lead here. There you go. Pull it out and be patient.
Jefferson fans haven't seen this throughout the tournament. Teams have tried to play a little bit with the Jefferson Democrats, and it's cost them.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, not when you have the foot speed that the demos have.
Jefferson has 5 Division I prospects. All 5 starters, quite honestly, have been rated very highly. Either like Brandon Brooks, maybe the best point guard in the nation.
I like them all. I like them all. They're all good players. I love Anton Jarrell, but I really like Michael Lee, number 23. He's a junior,
me too.
And he's one of the best shooters. And just look at the body on the kid.
He's out there defending right now. And Lee was a freshman playing here at the state tournament, and I said then, he's special. You're going to see some big things from him. Godfrey launches a 3. After all the patience, not necessarily a great shot. And again, Tualatin with a great opportunity, but just can't get the ball in the hole.
They're scrapping though, ain't they? They ain't afraid to get in there and mix it up. I love to see that. They're competitive.
Tualatin number 3 in the state for much of the season. But still, not very many people give the T-Wolves a chance to beat these guys. And yet, right here they are, a 3-pointer away from a tie game.
Yeah, I'm sure they believe in themselves. You can see that the way they're competing out there. But you're right. That's why they can just go out and play loose. Like they've got nothing to lose because nobody else expects them to win this game.
Mellinger forced it a little bit. Jefferson now with it, a chance to increase the lead. In a hurry, and there's a whistle and a foul. Going to the line will be Jarrell.
Good foul, too, by number 32, Caleb Upchurch. Make him earn it.
First foul on Upchurch, so that's not a problem.
Aaron Miles, he's going to be the point guard starting next year. Great heads-up dribble. Finds Anton Jarrell. Jarrell doing a good job using all that muscular body of his to draw the foul. Taking it strong to the basket.
Jarrell with 6 points on the night. Misses the front end.
That's the
shot foul. You know, it's the start of Major League Baseball. A Cactus League showdown coming your way. Larry Walker and the Rockies battle the Mariners superstar Alex Rodriguez and all the Seattle Mariners. That's coming up Wednesday. Coverage beginning at 5:30 Pacific on Fox Sports Net.
Quick aside.
Yes, sir.
You see when the Mariners said they are not going to trade Alex Rodriguez?
I saw that.
They're going to let him go in free agency and get nothing for him? What kind of business decision is that? Anyway, back to basketball.
In my opinion, that's posturing in order to up the stakes a little bit. Somebody will have to come to the table and make a good offer. I hope they don't trade him. I love watching him.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
19-15, Jeff. This is Miller. I'll tell you, he was looking for somebody.
He was looking for Tinnen. That definitely was. You got to keep your eye on the basket, young man.
Upchurch, not at all intimidated. Whistle and a foul.
Ooh, that was a late call.
John Lee Jr. maybe whistled for it.
That was a good call. John
Check
Lee
that. No, actually, it was the foul was whistled on Tinnen.
Oh, okay. Because I was just going to say, John Lee, as you can see right here, had his hands all over that ball right there. Oh, but I guess on the other side, Tinnen must have got him down low with the body.
The official had a better angle than we did from here. So
are you kidding me? But we have the benefit of replay. We
Let's not get into that argument again, huh? All right, Upchurch to the line. Getting something from the free throw line, hopefully for his team. Misses the free throw.
Well, you know, Deshaun's would tell him. You know what Deshaun's would say?
Yeah, you got to make your free throws.
No, he would say,
you've got to make your free throws.
Big number 45, Billy Holt Jr. checks in, a 6'3" post player who Marshall Haskins says, hey, he's a Charles Barkley type.
he sure built like it.
Runs the floor great, too. I've seen him.
He looks like it in the face, too.
Haskins says he's going to be a big contributor next year. 4 points now for Caleb Upchurch. Tualatin's still looking for a basket from the floor. 0 for 9 this quarter. Knocked out of bounds off a Tualatin player. It'll still be Jefferson ball.
That was Tualatin's ball. That went off of John Lee last. But it was so fast that the referee didn't see it.
Michael Lee with it. Good pressure. Tualatin hangs its hat on defensive pressure as well. They've dropped into this zone, which I think is a little bit unusual. They do have a lot of different looks they can throw at you defensively.
Well, that's good. That's a good move because Jeff hasn't proven that their outside shot is on as of yet. We'll see what they can do.
Rob Miller got a piece of it. Knocks it away, but it'll still be to the Democrats. Rick Osborne's team will have its highest finish in school history. They finished 7th last year. Three-pointer right here by Lee is no good. Tipped out nicely. And here's Brandon Brooks.
That was nice. That shows you some of the spring in his little legs where he can hang up in the air, a little air time. Another turnover, unforced turnover by Tualatin. You can't be doing that, gentlemen. Got to take care of the ball.
And here comes the Barkley look-alike. No good. He'll go to the line. Billy Holt Jr. He is fouled by Hine.
If he's junior,
Smith, I'm sorry, Steve Smith, Scott Smith, number 52.
If he's a junior, I can't wait to see what senior looks like. That's a big young man out there on the free throw line right now.
Yes, sir. Let's look at the last play by Brooks.
Look at the Brooks. Look at that little hop, a little hang time. You know, it reminds me of in the NBA, Steve Francis of the University of Houston, the undefined rookie. Matter of fact, Brooks said that's his favorite player. So he wants to play like Steve Francis, even wears the headband like Mr. Francis.
Holt misses the first. He's now 1 for 3 from the line in the tournament. 1 for 4. Rebound by Scott Smith. Tualatin with it. It's a 5-point Jefferson lead with 2 minutes left in the half. The turnover story here, that's big. Tualatin. 8 turnovers, counting for 11 Jefferson points. Miller, he's got to get off. He's the team's leading scorer in the regular season. He's had a tough time here tonight. In fact, he is scoreless. A nice, strong move. The big guys have gone into the Atlanta Giants, and they're battling. Upchurch gets it. It will count. And 1.
Down low, John Lee's fighting at the ball. Looked like he got all ball, but Upchurch did a good job by staying with it. The ball was out of his hand. His strength overpowered John Lee in that instance. He got himself now 3-point off. Look at him working hard here. Not giving up. Look at that. Great step right there by John Lee. But he got it to roll and got to roll by not giving up on the play.
Upchurch, left-handed. He'll go to the line, trying to get his 7th point of the night, and he got it. Upchurch Hit a couple of big free throws in the final minute of overtime to put his team up by 5, and now the other end, Brandon Brooks again.
Got to pick him up a little bit earlier before he gets to the top of the circle, because if you don't pick him up by then, he's going to look to take it all the way. And with his time and the way he can avoid the contact inside, this makes it too hard on the defense.
Look at Lee's pressure. That's 10 seconds violation. Credit Michael Lee. Evan Godfrey has got to get the ball up the floor a little bit, and that's not a knock on him. Lee didn't give him anywhere to go.
And he didn't get any help. Some of his teammates have to recognize that and come back and help him out and says, look, give it over here. I'm open. I'll help you out, little fella.
Exactly so.
A little mental breakdown at time by Tualatin.
Despite the turnovers, Tualatin's still in the game. And I say that as if I'm surprised, and I'm only mildly surprised. Ooh, great block by Matt Hine, but right there on the follow, Aaron Miles.
Well, Coach Osborne's upset because Tualatin got caught just standing around watching the action.
Nice
great
pass.
Block.
What a great block! Anton Jarrell. And a kick, and Michael Lee for 3.
Oh, what a turnaround, a 5-point turnaround that time. There comes Tualatin right back. Oh, this is great action.
Biggest lead for Jefferson. Miller kind of threw it up there, didn't get it. Whistle and a foul. Going for the rebound on Jefferson. No, check that.
Yeah, number 30. It's on Chris Schneider.
It's going to be on Schneider from Tualatin.
Or is it? No, it's on Jefferson. Called it on Jarrell.
They did call it on Jarrell. I thought so initially. Then I got the signal from the official. Kind of confused me. And Anton Jarrell smiles and says, "You kidding?"
Come on.
Yeah, he just tipped it out. I didn't see where the foul was.
Second foul on Jarrell. And going to the line is Chris Schneider. What they did is they pointed at Schneider and says, "You're shooting."
Oh, okay.
Schneider has a couple of points. He's been put into the game from time to time as an offensive spark. The senior, 6'2" post player. He was shooting better than 70% from the floor for much of the season. Finished the year shooting 64%. And coming into the game right now is number 44, Brandon Lincoln. Talked about him earlier. Boy, what a game he had against Jefferson in 4 minutes.
Right now
against Jesuit. 4 minutes, 3 rebounds, and 11 points.
Right now, Jefferson's 2 big guys, Jarrell and Tinnen, are on the bench, so Tualatin maybe could, well, only 29 seconds to go. They have a chance to drive it to the basket, do it.
And here was the block a moment ago, and the 5-point swing, if you will.
And look at the transition going back. Big little Charles Barkley lookalike. Gets it over to Michael Lee. Sweet spot up. When he spots up like that and has time to shoot it, he's one of the best shooters in the state.
Holt to Lee for 3, and Schneider gets the second one to go as well. 28-21. Mellinger checks back in for Tualatin. Schneider will sit down. Jefferson will likely play for the final shot.
Well, with Brandon Brooks, you never know. he might jack it up with another 5 seconds. But it looks like he will hold it for the last shot and probably go 1-on-1. But
you know who's worried right now? Brad Mellinger. He's at the top of the key going, I know Brandon's coming,
well, you gotta figure
but
out,
what can I do to stop him?
Yeah, you got to figure out which side to push him to. Maybe to the right side, away from the shooter. Wherever the shooter is, push him away from the shooter.
And look behind the pick by Holt. Shot no good. And the first half has come to an end. The Tualatin Timberwolves, nobody gave them a chance, but right now they're hanging around. They led after 1 quarter, and right now trail by just 7. And we say that because the highly rated and extremely talented Jefferson Democrats had a 14-6 advantage in the second quarter and have the 7-point lead. Let's go to Bill Schonley, who's standing by with the coach.
All right, we have Marshall Haskins. So far, up until just a few moments ago, Tualatin's given you all you can handle, Marshall.
Obviously, they're a really good team. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in a championship game. We got to pick up our defensive intensity, though. When we got it going, we change the tempo of the game.
So what do you do in the second half?
We're just going to do what we've been doing all along, play defense. Keep up the intensity. Got to pick them up full court so they'll play with us.
All right, best of everything to you. Go, Marshall. All right, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Bill Schonley, Marshall Haskins, Brandon Brooks. The Jefferson Democrats have the lead here at halftime in the 4A title game.
At home, I'm a mom.
In the layup after a turnover, Tualatin had just too many. There's Michael Lee again spotting up, not knocking down a three, but nice tip rebound by Anton Jarrell to Brandon Brooks hanging and twisting in the air and getting one of his many few layups tonight. And here's another block. Great hustling play by Antoine Jarrell. Tualatin thinks they got a layup right there. Jarrell comes from nowhere, blocked the shot, and on the turnaround and transition, here comes Aaron Miles looking up the court. His head up. Excellent. He finds Michael Lee over here in the corner. Lee for 3.
And right now, let's go to Bill Shanley.
All right, Scott, thank you. Rick Osborne, get off to a great start. Then they came back, but you're much alive and still in the ballgame.
Yeah, we had too many unforced errors. We can't. We got to play a perfect game to beat these guys, and we can't have unforced errors, and that's what hurt us. You know, both with turnovers and rebounds, we got to get the loose ball.
Who are you going to go to?
I mean, we've been a team. I mean, we're a team. We don't go to anybody. We just play together.
Way to go, Rick. Thank you very much. Stay tuned, everybody. It ought to be a dandy. All right.
All right, thank you, Sean. There are some of the Jefferson fans very much into it. You know, Rick Osborne, I was just thinking while he was talking with the Seans, how he must be excited to be talking to the legendary Bill Shanley. Grew up, of course, listening to the Seans call the Blazer games. Here are your leading scorers. John Tinnen with 8, Antoine Jarrell with 7, Brandon Brooks with 6. And again, that number might surprise you, but it really shouldn't. Brandon all year long has sacrificed scoring in order to distribute to his teammates, still averaged 20 a game. Caleb Upchurch, the leading scorer for the Timberwolves with 7. 3 other players with 4. Paul Miller simply has got to start scoring a little bit for the T-Wolves and not be intimidated. There are your team numbers, and the big one there, 9 turnovers for Tualatin. And now we are just underway, the third quarter. Jefferson in the road blue, Tualatin in the home whites. It's Portland's Memorial Coliseum, the 4A title on the line, and we've got a little under 16 minutes left to go.
Well, Tualatin's got to be a little bit thankful. They shot 30% from the floor in the first half, and is still only down 7 to the number 4 team in the nation. So they've got to feel like, hey guys, we just take care of the ball and shoot a little higher percentage. This game could be ours.
As I mentioned, 1 for 13 in the second quarter. You hear that number, you think, oh, it's over. But it's not. Only a 7-point game.
A couple of threes will get them right back into it. But obviously you can't be doing that. Aaron Miles with a great steal.
And turnover. Miles to the line.
These guys are quick, man. You think you have a pass in your hand, and just before you get the ball released out of your hand, you go, uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that. Well, there you go. See a little relaxed pass right there. Aaron Miles setting it up. Nice drive to the hole. Should have made the layup, though. At least that's why he's a little upset there.
Second foul on Caleb Upchurch. Miles to the line. This guy really is a smooth player. Kansas coach Roy Williams came to watch him play last summer. Yeah, he likes him.
He'll make some trips up here again next year because Aaron Miles is only a junior.
3 points on the night here in the championship game. He's one of the top assist distributors in the state tournament. In fact, he was number 3 in the overall tournament of all the players after 3 games. And a 9-point Jefferson lead equals the Democrats' biggest of the game. Trying to get it from behind was Brooks. Pretty good job by Godfrey of not having that happen. Rodigan saw Antoine Jarrell standing there and said, let's be patient.
He was just a little bit out of his range. Didn't feel quite comfortable pulling the trigger on that one, so tried to give it up to somebody else.
Brooks now defending Miller, and another lob hit. Miller fortunate that wasn't a turnover. Got it to Upchurch up and in. Great break for Tualatin.
Yes, it was. Yeah, can't float any lazy passes out there around Brandon Brooks and Aaron Miles.
Lee with a miss. Mellinger the rebound. Timberwolves with it. A chance to cut it to 5 or 4. Mellinger does a nice job. When you're defended by Brandon Brooks, you got to take care of the basketball. And really, Mellinger's done a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, if you're the Timberwolves, you want to get to Mellinger, let him bring the ball before every time because he looks like he handles the pressure the best out of all the Timberwolves ball handlers.
Well, he was the team's point guard, but was moved to the wing after Christmas. That freed him up with the responsibility for the ball handling. But allowing him to do some other things. He's a good shooter and all that. Here's Upchurch for 3. Followed his own shot. Could have had a foul whistle. It would have been his 3rd, but there is no whistle. Brooks in transition. What a catch by Miles. How did he maintain and get that one?
Well, he has good body control, good leaping ability, and the thing I was impressed with how he took it to the other side of the rim and laid it up with his left hand away from the defense.
Again, a 9-point advantage. Mellinger to Upchurch. They're going to let him shoot the three if he wants to.
Walton has to be careful now not to let this get away. Just continue to be patient. Good pass inside.
Upchurch, nice move to Brodigan, and Brodigan's just got to stick it in the hole if possible.
Yeah, got
foul though.
Go a little stronger. Antoine Terrell got it caught over the back, reaching for it. That's his third foul, by the way. Here's a pass floating to Aaron Miles, but nice. Falling away with the left hand. That's a very tough shot.
That's a lot harder than it looks, folks.
Exactly. He did it so quick, it didn't look that tough. But when you look at it again, there he is again with another steal.
Lee knocked it away. Miles with it. Give it, go! Oh, I can't believe it.
He can't believe it either.
Yeah, Miles with a miss.
What a great break that time for Tualatin.
The T-Wolves given every opportunity, but not taking advantage of it.
Yeah, they're going to be, if they don't win this game tonight, Tualatin, they'll be kicking themselves because, like you said, Jefferson is giving them a lot of opportunities to make this a lot closer than it is.
You're looking at Paul Miller. Now you see John Lee Jr. checking into the game, but Miller's the team's leading scorer on the season. Averaged over 11 points a game, was up around 13 a game in the tournament, 5 rebounds. He's had 3 tremendous games, and he's struggling a little bit here. And meanwhile, at the other end, Mr. Brooks.
And he's starting to get his little strut on right now. He's talking to himself, talking to the Tualatin fans, and when he's at his best, that's what he likes to do.
Biggest lead of the night for Jeff. And a steal by Lee. Boy, you can see, you just got to take care of that ball every second. If you don't, it's gone and going the other way. On the runner, no. Up high for the rebound. That's Lee. Michael Lee went to get it. Brooks, lob, layup. Nicely done, John Tennant. Timeout coming for the Tualatin Timberwolves. 10 points down for Tennant. Biggest lead, 13 points for Jefferson. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left, third quarter. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and come right back to Portland, where Brandon Brooks, John Tennant, and the Democrats are eyeing the 4A crown.
Changing times in the National Hockey League. Going deep. Sunday
time taking on Churchill. Udoka.
Camille Udoka.
I remember him. Remember him?
I sure do.
They were the star. But A.D. Smith helped Churchill come back to win the state championship 54-48 in the 4A title game. So Jefferson right now doesn't want to hear anything about 1995. They want to just think about the year 2000.
You bring it up with these kids, they'll say, hey, that wasn't us. That was somebody else. Oh, good fake.
Out put in. Nicely done. Caleb Upchurch with it. He's got 11.
That's what he need to go back and do that some more.
Nice pass. Tillman doesn't get it. Upchurch is having a monster game. He's everywhere. He's really come to play tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's doing. That's why I need to go to him some more inside. Maybe he can pick up a couple of fouls. Get it in there.
Brodigan just daring him to shoot. He's got to be an offensive threat right here. Nice strong move to the basket. David Brodigan.
Right now, Jefferson's interior defense is a little soft, so they keep taking it in there until they challenge you a little bit stronger.
Jefferson had been on a 22-8 run. Tualatin trying to sneak back in, but Michael Lee shoots the three. No.
Upchurch, another big rebound.
No, that's Brodigan.
Excuse me. Yeah, the wrong number there.
Well, the two big guys really have played pretty well, battling inside.
Yeah. There he is, wide open, taking up strong.
Oh, to the smaller Mellinger, and he missed it. Brooks says, I'll take on all you guys.
Oh, my goodness, now he's really celebrating.
He's got a little Gary Payton, a little J.R. Ryder in him, and the fans love him.
A little Magic
Jefferson.
Johnson. A little bit of everything mixed in this kid.
He's got 10 on the night, and this is fun for him.
A little crossover right there. Come inside. He waits for the lane to open up a little bit. Big guys come over. You see Upchurch doesn't get out of the way.
You can't stop me. You can only hope to continue.
Speed kills, man. And it's a good example of it right there. There he is, just celebrating a little bit. Hopefully not too prematurely if you're Jefferson fans.
Well, and the interesting thing, I mean, he's listed in the program here at the tournament as 5'5". The coach says, he's about 6 feet. He's not 6 feet and he's not 5'5". He's somewhere in between.
Let's call him 5'10" and a half. I think he might accept that. By the way, he's thinking about 3 different colleges. UNLV, I wouldn't recommend he go there. Cincinnati, the #1 team or #2 team in the nation right now, and UCLA. And I heard he told me that UCLA told him that he could come down there and start as a freshman.
Wow.
So I would predict he'd probably end up in UCLA.
11 points now for Brandon Brooks, who had 10 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds in the semifinal win over Jesuit. 22 points, a team high in the win over Lake Oswego in the quarterfinals. And 9 points, 9 assists in the first round game against Dallas. Very nice numbers all the way through.
Yes, it was. The state of Oregon has got to stop letting these excellent prospects like Brandon Brooks get away. Great three-point shots.
Evan Godfrey for 3. 9-point game, Jefferson leading. Here comes Brandon Brooks again. That's going to be a blocking foul called on Brodigan.
Brandon's trying to take over the game now. Looked like he thought to tip his shoulder that time on Brodigan, but the referee saw it the other way.
Well, Rick Osborne came almost to the scorer's table to argue about it.
Yes, Brandon Brooks coming right at you in your living, in your family room there. Yes, he sort of dipped his shoulder.
Might have still been moving to his left a little bit. Tough call. It goes against Tualatin this time. Brooks to the line to shoot a couple. Came in.
Yeah, he struggled from the line last night in the semifinal game against Jesuit.
Missed his last 4 free throws. He's only 5 of 12 in the tournament coming into tonight's game.
For a point guard, that's got to get better if you're going to be a point guard and get fouled as often as he gets fouled.
Brodigan's 3rd foul, so Chris Schneider checks in. There's about 4 inches in the exchange of posts right there. Brodigan 6'6". Brooks gets the second one to go. 12 points for Brandon Brooks. Godfrey looks at the lurking Miles. All of those blue shirts coming up. And another steal. Miles anticipated so nicely. It's out of bounds. Still Tualatin ball.
Jefferson is so quick to get a ball. 3 of them go around the ball and knock each other off. They're also anxious to get there. They've got to come back and help Evan Godfrey bring the ball up. Maybe give him an outlet over here on the sideline so it wouldn't be so hard for him.
When the double team comes, you can see they just have to scramble. Great defense. Jefferson has played it all year, and in fact, Marshall Haskins will tell you, hey, this is not about us being a great offensive team. It's about us being a tremendous defensive team. That starts our transition offense. And then Paul Miller connects his first points of the half, and 5 now on the night.
That's the way to move the ball and just square up and stroke the shot. Don't even think about it. When you start thinking about it and hesitate to pull the trigger, that's when you're playing right into Jefferson's hands.
Hope you're enjoying the championship game of the 4A tournament. Tomorrow at 3, you can see the OSAA 4A boys 3rd place game between number 2 rated Jesuit and a feisty group from Redmond. That'll come your way tomorrow at 3 here on Fox Sports Net. Brandon Brooks with it. No good. Hustling to get it is Billy Hope. Jefferson will reset, leading by 7.
It's getting physical in there, Scott. Referees are letting them play. I'd love to see this.
Throughout the tournament, quite honestly, I thought that officials have let the guys play, and that has benefited, I think, Jefferson to a great degree. They're a tough physical team.
Yeah, because they are the nationally ranked team, sometimes they get the benefit of the calls because they have the reputation of being the best. And when you are the best, when you're the richest
and aggressive, more aggressive on many occasions.
It's like life. If you're the best, or if you're rich, there's great steal. Like John Lee and the Leafs going out of bounds.
Out of bounds, it'll still be Jefferson ball. But again, a steal, just denying the entry penalty.
It's like these guys are so quick about it. They give you their passing lane. They try to fool you and think the passing lane is there, and then they have excellent timing on their break to the ball.
You cannot hesitate if you're playing against them. You have to pass it the minute you think about it.
And when you pass it, you have to come to the ball. You can't stand there and wait for it. So Tualatin needs to come to the ball while the ball's in the air.
And despite it all, as you see the steal numbers, Jefferson was 6. None for Tualatin. Still, Tualatin's only down 7 very much in the game. And now there's a steal. A push ahead to Mellinger. Can he save it? Yes, he does. Another steal, Brooks. Jarrell. No. And now with it is Hine.
It's great action or what, huh? And Hine throws it away because of the pressure from Michael Lee.
Again, defensively, it's Jefferson just doing it.
Even when they mess up on a play, they don't give up. They don't hang their heads and move back on defense. They find another way to somehow get the ball out of your hands.
Paul Miller comes right back in. He caught a quick breather. Marshall
Haskins right there.
Oh, absolutely.
7 down.
Still a game, and we're nearing the end of the lob. And there, it's out of bounds. We've seen the lob play. That goes back to last year. Quite honestly, we saw Antone Jarrell throw down a couple against Tualatin in the 4th place game on lobs.
I've seen 4 of those now by Jefferson in 2 games, and none of them worked.
Hine with it. He knows Brandon Brooks is right behind him, so he gets to Miller. Miller just back in. Feeling okay now, thank you.
We got ourselves a game again, ladies and gentlemen.
Miller was so cold in the first half, seemingly intimidated to a degree, but now back-to-back threes, and he says, hey, this is fun.
He's just catching and shooting. He's not worried about anything else. He's squaring up and shooting the ball.
The Tualatin players on the bench standing up, waving, hooting, and hollering, cheering for the defensive stop right here. Final seconds, 3rd quarter. Miller with the foul. He got the ball, but you know what? Came right down through the player, and that's going to be a whistle every time.
If he would have just kept his hands up, he would have forced Brandon into some kind of tough, very difficult shot. But when he brought his hands down, that's when the foul occurred.
You heard Marshall say you're letting him shoot open shots. Well, no kidding.
Yeah, really. Especially number 12, wherever he is, they've got to find him.
A dozen points for Brandon Brooks, going to the line with 4.1 left, 3rd quarter. And he got the roll. Brandon Brooks, 24 assists in the first 3 games. Nobody had more here at the state tournament. He's got 4 assists tonight. He's done a nice job this year getting his teammates involved. In fact, he's been writing an internet column, I understand. He's got an internet column that talks about it.
He's in high school.
I understand. He also has been signing pictures of himself here at the state tournament. Internet column. These guys are celebrities. Miller for 3, and a count does not go. Oh, man, would have been big for Tualatin. Even so, the Timberwolves have some life. They're back within 6. 8 minutes left in regulation for a title game. Jefferson 42, Tualatin 36. Don't go away. It is the T-Wolves are back within 6 of top-rated Jefferson as we head to the 4th quarter. Rick Osborne, the coach of Tualatin, talks about playing 4 games in 4 nights.
The parents about it, make sure they're getting a lot of water and getting a lot of rest, and another thing that we hope will help us is, we'll play 10 guys tonight, and a lot of teams cut their rotations down to 6 or 7 kids, so we're hoping that in the long run we're fresher at the end. We played 10 guys last night. We hope that we have the fresher team in the 4th quarter.
Well, interestingly, the Timberwolves have trailed entering the 4th quarter in 2 games here at the state tournament and pulled them out. They were down 4 entering the 4th quarter in the first round against West Lynn. Outscored West Lynn 22-6 in the final period. But a turnover immediately. Michael Lee with a steal here. Of course, against Churchill, again, they trailed going to the 4th quarter. That in the quarterfinal round, but did win the game. Then against Redmond, they hung on for dear life after leading very early. Tualatin has outscored the tournament opponents throughout the 4th quarter. Upchurch steal. Brandon got a hand on it, and it's going to be Jefferson that'll chase it down. T-Wolves having their chances.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are making a game out of this, man. This is up for grabs right now. We'll see who handles the pressure down here on the end of this quarter here. That's what it all comes down to. Winning time, championship time. We'll see who has the experience and the poise.
Jefferson has answered the challenge all year long. 27 wins. No losses. They have been challenged on occasion. Close calls, a 1-point win over Jefferson in the holiday tournament. Hell ball situation. Jefferson keeps it. Also, a 5-point win over Jesuit in the semifinal. And look at the team's foul situation. This could make a difference as Jefferson with just 1 team foul in the second half. Jeff could be getting the line a whole lot quicker than Tualatin.
That's true, but you got to get to the line. You got to convert your free throws, though. Just getting there is not good enough. Got to make them.
Brooks, strong to the basket, doesn't get it. Caleb Upchurch has been a man. Have a Tualatin player hurt.
I think he's hurt.
Miller will shoot, and it's out of bounds. And a Miller.
Oh, he's really hurt.
Miller has missed it
on his head.
Brodigan is injured, down on the floor, and is slow getting up.
Yeah, I think Tennant came down on him accidentally, but he was caught under the pile.
Attack him. Attack. Let's pull up and shoot a 3.
We'll take a look at it and see if we can see when he was injured. Hopefully he'll be all right. Let's take a look. Brodigan number 34 right there.
Now watch after the shot goes up. See, he falls down. Everybody's
jumping on. He might have been stepped on there.
Yeah, stepped on.
Tennant might have
got caught in the back of the head by Tennant's shin.
Well, you don't like to see it at any time. And let's see. Brodigan. He's number 2 scorer on this team. Absolutely. You know he's tough. He could. He is the heart of the team. That's what Coach Rick Osborne told me about David Brodigan. He says he's the heart.
You just lose your win.
He might. You can hear Rick Osborne talking with him. Did you just lose your win? He's coughing right now.
Pow, right there in the back of his head.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
And you got 235 pounds coming down you like that from a John Tinnen, and you're just lying there vulnerable. Very dangerous.
Holding his head.
Want to help you up?
And let's see. I know he'll get a nice hand, but let's see if he can walk this off and get back in the game in a few minutes. He's coughing at the moment, and hopefully if he gets his win, he'll be all right, but you don't know about the bump on the head. Matt Hine will check in for him, and a nice hand for David Brodigan.
He'll be back. You listen to the state championship, and you know he's not going to let himself sit over there too long.
If he can, you bet.
You're right. Unless he got head tears a little bit, you can expect him to be back in the game. Hopefully.
Tonight's attendance, 7,140 people. Short of a sellout. Of course, most people came to see the game last night. Number 1 Jeff against number 2 Jesuit. Monster crowd.
It's too bad they didn't come back because they sure are going to see a nice game here tonight.
Inside Tinnen. Wheels, deals. He's the money man.
Well, if they want to open up a lead, they got to get back in there to the big fella, see if he can, especially now Brodigan is out.
12 tonight. Marshall Haskins says he's the silent assassin. He's the man.
He reminds me of former NBA player Joe Barry Cowher. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. Number 1 pick, just like yourself.
Yeah, many, many years ago.
Inside Upchurch. He's had a big championship game. No good. Hine had a hand on it, but here comes Brandon Brooks. Oh, man, that's going to be travel. He's going to trip.
So.
It might not have been.
He did 2 steps, and just that he sort of held the ball up a little high, but I thought that was a good move.
You're used to those NBA guys.
Yeah,
Michael.
you're right.
There you go. Miller with it. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. Hine got an open look, missed. Tinnen the rebound. Let's see if Brooks takes on the Timberwolves by himself here. He does. Doesn't get it. Hine the rebound. Brandon Brooks with the lead. And now steal and a foul on Tualatin.
On Hine reaching in. His frustration foul there because he felt like he might have been stripped, might have been fouled.
Third foul on Matt Hine.
You see him coming right there. He brings the ball down low right there, right where the little guys can get their hands on it.
Yeah, he just lost it there. Unfortunate, just lost it, and then scrambling, you can see he definitely.
He should be a wrestler. That's right. Give him 2 points for that one.
He's a good athlete, but I don't think wrestling is part of his program.
Oh, he could be a heavyweight.
He had a big semifinal game, Matt Hine. 13 points before fouling out against Redmond. Off the bench, hadn't done much previously. Hadn't really played a lot. Played some spot minutes, but that's big. And that's big, too, for Jefferson. 14 points now for John Tinnen.
He is very poised when he gets the ball around the basket. He doesn't rush his shots or anything. He just goes up with a nice little soft touch and just squeezes it right in the basket.
No. Tinnen board. Here comes Jefferson. And this might be special. Brooks. Number 3. And then Brooks.
Oh, man, he could just stop right on a dime and just go straight up in the air. Healthy, lively legs allow you to do that, and real lubricated knees. Stop, man. With our knees, we tried that move.
That wouldn't be good.
Put some traction after that.
17 turnovers for Tualatin, 21 points for Jefferson, an 8-0 run right now for the Democrats. Out to a 12-point advantage again, and time ticking down. Stolen by Brooks, right to Melger. Oh, big rejection, Anton Jarrell, and a foul.
That would be his 4th foul. They said he got it down low with the body, even though he got up top was clean.
Number 15, Anton Jarrell, foul his 4th.
I kind of think that Mellinger was kind of surprised that he came out of nowhere. Let's see if we can see where he gets him down low. Good strip by Brandon Brooks. Oh, no, what's up?
It's fairly clean.
Yeah,
looks clean to me.
No wonder he's looking like you said. What? You call what? That's a great block.
Mellinger hits the free throw, now with 5 points. Subs coming in. And good to see David Brodigan coming back in. Yes. That is great to see. Scott Smith also checking in. Giving him some beef up front. Right now, time starting to become a factor for the Tualatin Timberwolves. Jefferson just 4:24 away from a state crown. Jefferson playing with confidence now. Brooks, offensive foul. It will not count.
Well, that's 2 on Brandon Brooks.
Both offensive fouls.
I don't like to see that where guys run up under you once you go in the air, and when you're coming down, they call an offensive foul. There's nowhere else for the offensive player to go. And
Marshall Haskins out on the floor.
He's asking if the shot counts because he's asking the ball was out of Brandon Brooks' hands.
And I think so, quite honestly.
Think so?
He had shot it, and then the foul occurred. But bottom line here is the call.
Well, let's see it. Let's see it here. I don't know if we'll hear the whistle, but let's see if it's out of his hand.
Well,
yes.
Boy, it's close. It's very close. So, well, after seeing the replay, I'm not so sure. I thought so in live action. I thought it should have counted. Tualatin fans want a foul on Brooks. Didn't get it. Smith gives to Godfrey. Godfrey's hit some big threes in this tournament. And right now, time of factor.
Shoot that. You got to shoot it.
And there, another unforced error.
And that's the 17th foul on Tualatin, so Brandon will go to the line.
Foul number 14, Evan Godfrey.
Tualatin's passing up too many shots, Scott. I mean, you got to be able to knock down a 12 or 15-footer when they give it to you. Take it.
Well, Smith's a 6'4" post player, big guy. I don't think that that's in his range, to be honest.
Well, then shoot it. I mean,
but you got to look to score.
You got to look to score. You got to make a play a little bit.
16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Brandon Brooks. Averaging in the tournament about 14 points a game, but 8 assists. He makes the first free throw. His numbers on the season, better than 20 points a game, one of the top scorers in the state. In fact, number 5 overall. 7 assists and about 3 rebounds. He had a season-high 36 points, but you know he's capable of so much more. If he didn't want to distribute, he wouldn't have to. He could score a bunch.
Don't put any ideas in his head.
Well, I know. 50-38, timeout on the floor. Jefferson closing in on a state championship. Tualatin still hopeful of getting hot from downtown.
U.S. Bank and by United Rentals.
3 minutes and 53 seconds left at Memorial Coliseum. The boys 4A title on the line, and Jefferson ranked number 1 in the state, number 4 in the nation by USA Today. And that's the highest rating nationally for any Oregon boys team. And the question, the debate has raged throughout the year, is this the best Oregon boys basketball team ever?
Well, it's the best one I've seen in the last, I don't know, 10 years. Now, obviously, Damon Stoudemire wouldn't agree with it. He says his Wilson team could beat this team.
Take you out and shoot you, play you one-on-one with comments like that.
I don't want to do that. Damon will kill me, boy, if he did that. But I don't know. It should be open for debate. Hopefully they'll do some kind of poll in the newspaper around here and see what people really think is the number 1 team ever.
Well, with 5 Division I players out there on the floor, guys that you will see in the colleges and eventually the pros perhaps. Three-pointer there by Smith was no good. Got the rebound, no. Rebound, John Tennant. As he goes, so go the Democrats. And here come the Democrats. Michael Lee's going to the basket. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. He's young, and he's strong. He's okay.
Michael Lee missed much of last season. Check that, I'm sorry. He was a guy who played as a freshman and then saw him have to go to the bench when Brandon Brooks transferred in last year. He basically came off the bench for a time, but now he's back in his rightful starting position. One of 3 outstanding guards on this team.
Well, these are great kids on Jefferson's team. They're very coachable.
Hey, here are some pretty good teams through the years. And that Jefferson team in 72 was pretty good with Tony Hobson. Danny Ainge's team in 77, back-to-back champs. You mentioned Damon's team in 91. Park Rose has won a couple. That Medford team back in 1960 was good. And 73's Richard Washington team was
what about
awfully
AC's
good.
Benson Tech team?
I like that one. I was here. Oh, they were good. They were very good. I mean, you could debate this on and on.
That's right.
And other than playing it on a computer, I guess you can't really decide it. Mellinger's foul.
But you know what? Maybe we should give it to Jefferson because, like you say, they have 5 Division I players on the starting 5, possibly even 1 or 2 more on the bench.
Oh, there's guys that are going to step up next year that haven't. Again, take another look at that. There's some fine teams there. 3 championships for Benson in 4 years with that 73 team. I heard one of the guys the other night talking about it, saying, who was going to guard Richard Jefferson? You play anybody? Put these teams out there. Who's going to stop Richard Washington?
Richard Washington. Tennant could, you might maybe not stop him, but he could compete with him, I think. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Jefferson.
Right here? Right now?
Because they have so many Division I prospects on the team. That's why. And the other teams that we looked at, maybe one or two guys off those teams went to Division 1A and were successful, but these guys have possible to have 5 on us. Brandon puts on his dribbling exhibition out there. That's okay, but it's fun to watch while it lasts.
Upchurch drives to the basket and scores. Nice finish for a guy who's had a very nice championship game. 13 for Upchurch. He's done a nice job, too, defending John Tinnen inside, but even so, Tinnen with another double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds tonight.
Now, if you're Jefferson, you want to end the game with style and with class, not goofing around and making silly plays. So that's what Marshall Harris is over there right now telling the guys to do. Continue to keep your head in the game and play smart.
Whistle, foul, Mellinger. Free throws coming for Brooks.
Yeah, make them foul you because they have to do it. I've been wanting to say this all night. Can I say it now?
You can say it now.
This being an election year, and with this Democrat state championship win tonight, this might be the only win the Democrats get this year.
Really? I'm so glad you said that. Thanks for sharing, Michael. Leave it to Michael Thompson to bring up politics during the 4A title game.
George W's here,
I love you, babe. 51-40, timeout on the floor with 2:09 to play. Let's go over to Bill Schonley.
All right, Scotty, thank you very much. Nostalgia time for this gentleman. 28 years ago, Jefferson involved in a state championship, and Coach Harris was there. Tell me about it.
28 years ago, and you mean in 72?
Yes, sir.
72, I was a spectator up in the stands, and that was a heck of a team. In 95, we were in here involved in a state championship.
That's correct.
And we finished second to Churchill that year.
What about this Jefferson team? Is it the best? The people are going to debate that for a long time.
No, not the best, but awfully good.
How close?
Pretty close, but you had some great teams. That 72 team, I think, was one of the best. I think Vincent had some teams, and Grant had a couple of teams that ranked right up there. So I won't say the best of all times.
We got to get back to the action. Thank you very much, Coach.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, thank you very much, John. So Bobby Harris is a guy who has great perspective, been around his state a long time. He disagrees. He says, nope, not the best yet.
Well, Bobby Harris should know he's been around and seen them all, but name another one of those teams that had 5, possibly 6, 7 Division 1A players on them. I can't think of any. So until somebody tells me that, I'm going to still give it to Jefferson. That's right. Going to the big-time college basketball, that's impressive. And to have these many prospects on one team.
Well, here's the other thing that's impressive. Remember, Tualatin went 1 for 13 shooting from the floor in the second quarter, 7%. Tualatin 1 for 8 in the fourth quarter, 13%. And that, Steve Jones, one of our good friends at Blazer Broadcasting, we argue all the time. I say defense wins championships, and I think defense is going to win a championship tonight. He always talks about it. You still got to score.
That's right. Definitely have to put the ball in the basket, and Tualatin was unable to do that tonight. That's been a difference in the game.
20 points now for Brandon Brooks. He's been so active all year long. Has been dreaming of a state championship.
Yeah, I like Brandon Brooks. I like the way he plays the game with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion. The guy I really like on Jefferson, though, is Aaron Miles on a big rebound, is Anton Jarrell. He's just got an incredible ability with his great body.
Foul, and Michael Lee's going to wish he wasn't going to the basket all the time. They find him on the wing coming in, and he's like, oh, no, I'm going to get hit again. And he was.
Michael Lee, he's a lot like McGann from Jesuit. He's built like a little fullback or linebacker. So if anybody can take the punishment out there, it's this guy coming down here right now with the ball. Michael Lee, look at that body. Muscles from head to toe. Gets hammered there, but he just hammers the floor and pops right back up. So give me that ball and you knock these free throws down.
Upchurch with his 4th foul. Biggest lead now for Jefferson, 14. Closing in on the title. 1:50 left. Michael Lee makes it a 15-point advantage. Jefferson.
Think they're going to have fun Monday at the school rally?
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be a little lively over Jefferson High School.
I think so. Whistle and a foul. That's only the team's 5th. Brandon Brooks' 4th personal foul. But again, not shooting free throws yet. Doesn't hurt him. Jefferson state champs in 1951, 1972. Finished second in 35 and in 95.
You put up with me to win a state championship. Don't it feel good? That's a hard lot, bro. You've been through a hard month.
And there's Michael Lee getting the congratulations of his appreciative head coach. Upchurch. He's been the finest player on the floor tonight.
Yeah, Upchurch with
Tualatin.
the up fake on Terrell. I wonder when Marshall Harris is going to pull his starters out so we can get a nice round of applause for all of the fans.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
15 points tonight for Upchurch for Tualatin. And before we let it get away, we just got to tell you what a great year it's been for the Timberwolves.
Yes, they've done themselves very proud to have this effort.
Only losses to Aloha and Sprague. They've won 18 in a row entering this basketball game. Brandon Brooks, Wheelan, and Nealon will finish the year 25-3 with the second-place trophy when all is said and done, assuming nothing miraculous happens here. Now a whistle, and Upchurch fouls out. A tremendous game for the senior who made third-team All-Pac-8, but now Brandon Brooks and the crowd starting to celebrate a little bit at Memorial Coliseum. Look at the crowd as they cheer on the U.S. Bank Player of the Game, Brandon Brooks. 20 points, 8 of 9 from the line, so he recovered in that category. 4 assists, couple of steals, and just causing all kinds of problems on defense.
Well, he's so quick. He plays with so much confidence, Scott. That's what I like about him. You know, look at having fun celebrating with Aaron Miles. Aaron Miles and those guys have a chance to get back here next year. But Brooks just plays with so much love and passion for the game. And it's good to see that. It's fun to see that.
Isaiah Jackson, number 21, has checked into the lineup. And now, leaving the game for Tualatin is Paul Miller. Now they're going to have to shoot the free throw first. We got a lot of substitutes waiting at the table to come in, and the officials are trying to decide who can come in now and who has to wait for a free throw.
Yeah, let them all in.
I would right here.
That's right.
Well, Upchurch has to leave. As he has fouled out. So
they all deserve a round of applause.
Well, they do.
Tualatin and Jefferson.
They certainly do. And that young man deserves a big round of applause. 15 points, 8 boards in his final high school game. Nice job. Nice job.
He came to play tonight, that's for sure.
Coach Osborne has told me he's the unsung hero. He's sacrificed his stats all year for the team, and unselfish, very vocal leader. And right tonight he showed it with his actions on the floor. Great job. Checking in, number 12, Curtis Lincoln. He'll check in for Brandon Brooks. So get ready for big cheer, ladies and gentlemen, because if he makes the free throw, Brandon Brooks will be leaving the game.
Do you think he'll strut off the court? How long do you think it'll take him to leave the court?
Oh, man, they're celebrating over there on the bench. There it is, and now listen to the fans, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Brooks leads the game. He's going to be a state champion.
Oh, that's a great feeling.
Good job.
They'll show off a T-shirt over there. Somebody must have made a championship T-shirt for him.
Hey, Lee, you got John.
Well, he's wanted this more than anything, a state title as a senior. He's been around a little bit. He had, of course, lived in the Jefferson district, but played at Grant for a time. And then transferred back last year mid-season. It was tough, quite honestly, when he came back. The roles weren't exactly defined. And now, he and the Jefferson Democrats are just seconds away from a state title.
And I think next time we'll see him, he'll be in blue and gold again. That's my prediction. I think he's going to probably sign with UCLA. I'd be surprised if he doesn't sign with UCLA.
Fans certainly have enjoyed his career. And we alluded to it a little bit earlier. You know, the Jefferson School has had some tough times, quite honestly. In fact, a recent rating of the school has found it unacceptable. They need to improve academics and get some things turned around there. But this team has been a spark of life and optimism. And the kids that have played have gotten the entire community turned on and saying that all things are possible. And this kid right here, Aaron Miles, we'll see a lot of next year, as he's going to come back and probably be an all-state player. He's tremendous.
Oh, yeah, no question. I think he'll be All-American next year. He's got all the tools. And you're right, Jefferson galvanized the community, got the whole community behind them, and it's good to see what kind of school spirit and community spirit.
Well, Brandon Brooks and his other Jefferson teammates really are heroes to kids, but also to adults in the area.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Brandon Brooks. I love to watch him play. Mike boys, ages 12, 10, and 9, they talk about him all the time. They want to come see him play whenever he plays. So not only to my kids, but like to a lot of children, man. He's a legend already.
Marshall Haskins in his second year at Jefferson, about to win a state championship. His team will finish 28-0, and the debate will rage on. Was this the best team ever?
Yes.
Michael Thompson puts in a vote for yes. Tualatin, great season, but right now time ticks down, and it is over. The Jefferson Democrats are the Boys 4A champions.
Final score, Jefferson Democrats.
you're good when you've got the state T-shirts already printed up.
That's right.
Anton Jarrell, Brandon Brooks, John Tinnen, 3 seniors who will smile as they leave their high school careers behind. They are the state champions. And right now, Bill Shanley standing by with our player of the game, Brandon Brooks.
All right, Scotty, player of the game, Brandon Brooks. What are your emotions right now?
Man, I'm so happy, man. I don't know what to do. This is for the community. 503 Northeast Portland. Look at all the demos.
You've got a little swagger in your game. You can do it all. And what happens from here on out?
Hey, man, I'm trying to fill my state championship for tonight, but then I'm hopefully moving on. When I move on after this year to the next level, look for me on Division I college.
Best team ever? Best team ever?
Hey, it's hard to argue with it, but I mean, we won our state championship, so you can put us along with that column, with the David Stoudemires, the Terrell Brandons, and the AC Greens.
Tell me about the rest of your teammates.
Man, it's been a struggle. We've been working hard all year. Everybody on our team, I mean, it's just like we a family. We go to home together. We stay the night at each other's house. We kick it on and off the court. I mean, we a family. We a family. And we just did it today here, right here in front of everybody.
And now you are number 1.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Number one. This is for the community. 503 Northeast Portland, Northeast Portland.
Congratulations to you, Brandon. Go celebrate, buddy. All right. He's a dandy.
He is indeed, and he has reason to celebrate it, and we will see him in a D1 program next year. Jefferson, number 1 in the state, and maybe the best ever. The debate will rage for a long, long time. 58-44, it's over.
Phil Wick started changing.
It was the best finish in the school's history. The previous best finish, 7th place, as they lost the 4th place game a year ago to Jefferson by 1 point. Tonight, it is 2nd place for the Timberwolves. Congratulations to Coach Rick Osborne. And right now, let's go to Bill Shanley with winning coach Marshall Haskins.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Marshall, your emotions right now.
Probably relief. When you've been considered maybe the best basketball team in the history of Oregon, there's a lot of pressure on the kids, and I'm just watching them celebrate in jubilation. I'm just so proud of them. Just pride. That's about it, just pride.
Now you're going to lose some kids. What goes next?
Well, I guess we got to try to repeat. The closet isn't bare. Let's trust that. It's not bare. And we're excited about our future.
All right, I'm going to ask you again. You alluded to it a moment ago. Best ever in this state?
Well, now that we're 28-0 and we won the state championship, I don't think there's any way to truly say who the greatest team is because we can't play. But I think now we at least got to be considered. The other part of it has to do with the issue of what kids do after this. I took the job at Jeff to make sure kids do something after this. So like Terrell went to the pros, Richard Washington went to the pros, Danny Ainge, AC Green. So until one of our guys get there, everyone on those teams had a great guy that went on. So it's my job now to make sure them other guys get there.
Coach, congratulations. Terrific job.
Thank you.
Terrific job. All right, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Bill Shanley. It has been a night of celebration for Brandon Brooks and the Jefferson Democrats. What a nice effort. You know, this wasn't the pace I think Jefferson would like to have played, but they did what they had to do, even in a slow-down game of sorts. They took care of business.
Yeah, they were patient, and they knew that eventually they were going to turn things around and get the running game going and get the open court, which they love to do, and they do so well. And that's how it turned around for them in the second half. And I like what Marshall Harris said about his team, about his players. It's what they do after tonight. As far as when they step up to the next level, they've got a great opportunity to go to college and make the most of it, graduate if they want to, or possibly go on to the NBA. Hopefully all their players will not waste or take for granted 1 second of their God-given ability.
Marshall Haskins now 54-4, 93% winning percentage at Jefferson. Let's go right back to Bill Shanley.
All right, Scott, thank you. Rick Osborne, very fine coach of Tualatin. Your emotions right now, Rick?
Obviously, I'm disappointed. You know, I thought we had a chance to get the game won. I think maybe we ran out of gas, or we missed some shots and had some turnovers. But we were right there to have the game won. And it was a game where it's pretty much everybody decided it was done yesterday. So I'm proud of my kids because they came out and they made a game of it where nobody thought they were going to win. Everybody giving Jefferson the state championship trophy yesterday. So I'm proud of my kids for coming out and fighting tonight.
And you should be. Now, to get this far is quite an accomplishment. Yes, you didn't get to the top rung of the ladder, but you got to be very satisfied.
Well, we're not satisfied. I mean, we're proud. I'm proud of my kids. But we felt we could have won the game tonight. And there's some breakdowns and some things, but we could have played a little better. We didn't play our best game tonight. I thought if we played our best game, I thought we could have won it.
Well, the entire community congratulates you. Thanks, Rick. All right, fellas.
All right, thank you, Shans. It's been a joy working with Bill Schonely tonight, the longtime voice of the Blazers, and also Michael Thompson. And we've seen some great players throughout this state tournament. And here's the all-tourney team just announced: Brandon Brooks from Jefferson, Paul Miller of Tualatin, Brian Michelson of Jesuit, and also Michael McGrain of Jesuit, John Tinnen of Jefferson as well. That's your 5 that make the first team. And the U there, what would that be? Unanimous, I'm guessing. Yes. Michael McGrain and John Tinnen, unanimous choices.
And I thought Brandon Brooks should have been a unanimous choice, too. He really had an excellent tournament. He didn't score as much as many points as we thought, but his enthusiasm and his energy really was a boom for his team. So I thought he deserved unanimous decision.
He's going to have a whole lot more awards in his lifetime, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right, but you don't want to waste a moment.
Michael, great working with you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. My pleasure.
Hey, hope you enjoyed it, everybody. For Michael Thompson and Bill Schonely, this is Scott Lynn saying so long from the Memorial Coliseum in Portland with a final score: Jefferson 58, Tualatin 44. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 3 for the boys OSAA 4A boys third place game between Jesuit and Redmond. You've been watching the OSAA 4A boys basketball championships on Fox Sports Net. Stay tuned. Coming up at 10, it is Fox Sports News. All the scores and highlights at 10. It's coming your way right here from the Coliseum. For all the gang, this is Scott Lynn saying so long, everybody.
Primarily the flavor for this album.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a soul mission, man.
Right.
I was trying to just bring that funk, man.
No doubt.
That was the whole plot.
All right.
That was the destination.
I'm pretty sure you arrived at your destination.
Yeah.
I'm about to give you this so you can destinate your name for this poster right here.
All right.
Got to big up to Big Ticket the Basement. While Con checks that out, you check out another video. Swap City, we holding it down. You heard? I gotta get it down with my man, Common Sense, Basement. It's the booth, Money Proof.
It's Common Sense in the basement, boy. Yeah, we get into it, y'all. We get into it, y'all. We came to get it, y'all. I'm going to get it, y'all. We came to get it, boy. We came to get it, yo. It's Common Sense, yo. In comes my brother named Tigger. It's like water for chocolate, but my blood is thicker. I'm coming quicker. Common Sense to come through. Doing what I can, grip the mic like a kung fu. They ask why Common Sense come with crazy raps. My Common Sense wear crazy suit and grandma hats. Cause I got it like that, and I rap so ill. So I'ma let my man Tigger come in and build.
Yo, we burn it down in the booth, B. You know how me and do. I rock the baldy, he rock the koofy. It's me and Con, bring the bomb, bring the charm. Doing all day, all night long. Now, it's BET, radio in DC. I'll be on PGC, check me every easily day and night. I blow the spot like dynamite, like JJ Evans. Come on and bring me ghetto heaven.
I bring ghetto heaven like D'Angelo, or better yet, anybody who want a damn flow. I just come to do it on the BET show. Me and my man Tigger, yo, Joe, we had to grow. My man's from DC on WPEG, PGC, and BET. We be free with the style. I'm the child of different styles. Common Sense, a gifted child from Stony Isle. I'm from the go, yo. I showed you the tape, and then I came up to the toe just to escape and chill with my brother named Chigga. He's coming down, Tigger coming down with the real rap sound. You remember Common Sense from the soul by the pound. Now I come on Rap City just to hold my ground. When I come here, Joe, y'all gotta put it down. Check it out, I'm like lost, but then I'm found.
Remember?
Oh, did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, the boy got out.
Yes, he got off.
JS1, no doubt, no doubt.
He got off.
We back up in here, comment. I want to thank you for stopping through and bringing me all these goodies. The tape was off the hook.
You like the tape?
Don't even attempt to get it back right now. I gotta show Mama Tigger.
Yo, y'all don't forget the album is in stores right now, like Water for Chocolate, Common Sense on MCA Records, Madam Zenobia.
Right.
Yeah, you know what time it is,
looking on the,
Tigger.
you know, the posters and the flag.
Yeah, you know I gotta come through and get love, bro.
You know,
respect to you, baby.
Hey, Rap City. Chateau?
Yeah, let's let them know, let them know.
You tell.
Okay, check it out. Y'all better be ready, because in a little while, me and Tig go get down on some freestyle songs. In a minute, y'all look out.
It's not even gonna be written
We just gonna do records and just freestyle
back
together.
and forth the whole record.
And we can do it. We can do it.
That's a Rap City exclusive.
Yeah.
My man